ओके सर, मैं एक बार अनुपम सर से बात कर लेता हूँ।
जी 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 सर।
स्टार्ट करें, फिर लोग जुड़ते जाएंगे, है ना।
जी जी
इनाग्रल हो जाएगा, फिर सर का
सर, एक
टाइम भी हो
अपने
जाएगा।
अपने ग्रुप में भी सर अपन कर दीजिए कि ये मीटिंग अटेंड कर लें इनॉग्रेशन
करवा
सेशन
दिए
की।
करवा दिए, सब फोन कर रहे हैं रिसेप्शन से और ग्रुप में भी डाल दिए,
जी
टीम में डाल दिए। जी। ओके सर, मैं एक बार अनुपम सर से बात।
आ रहा हूँ सर।
है खाना आपको डाला था क्या? मुझे नहीं पता। यही में मीटिंग है? किसने बोला? मुझे नहीं, मेरे पास कोई फोन नहीं है। ऑफ है ना ऑडियो या क्या करना है?
आप लोग
हेलो हेलो हेलो
Very good morning to all of you. We are going to start program within few seconds. Our guest speakers and experts have joined this meeting. We are waiting for our Honorable Secretary Sir and Director Administration Dr. Ashok Rai Sir. सभी मेंटी इंस्टीट्यूट से यह आग्रह है कि वे अपने स्टूडेंट्स और टीचर्स को इसमें ज्वाइन करवाएं ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा, और साथ में प्रोग्राम के समय अपने वो स्क्रीनशॉट ले लें जिससे कि उन्हें ये रिपोर्ट अपलोड करने में दिक्कत ना आए. खरे सर या योगेश देवांग सर देखिए
जी
अनुपम
सर।
सर और राय सर जुड़ गए हैं क्या? राय सर अनुपम सर जुड़ गए?
जी सर।
राय सर जुड़ गए? योगेश देवांग सर, हेलो.
अनुपम सर तो नहीं जुड़ रहे हैं सर अभी,
राय सर जुड़ गए?
तो वो भी चेक कर रहा हूँ. नहीं सर अभी भी नहीं.
जिनके साथीगण पार्टिसिपेंट्स स्टूडेंट टीचर नहीं जुड़ पा रहे हैं उन्हें आप बताइए कि लिंक को क्लिक करके एज ए गेस्ट ज्वाइन करें.
सर ये सिर्फ काम चलता है शायद. आप इसी की मीटिंग को अटेंड कर रहे थे कल? ऐसे ही कुछ मीटिंग को अटेंड कर रहे थे ना आप? कौन सा वाला, यही वाला?
Hello. So, very good morning to all of you. Now we are going to start our program. Honorable Secretary Sir has joined the meeting. Director Administration Dr. Ashok Rai Sir has also joined, and our principals, directors, and IIC presidents of our 10 mentees, 10 mentee college have joined. तो अब मैं शुरू करने जा रहा हूँ। आप सभी का बहुत ही गर्मजोशी से स्वागत है एलएनसीटी परिवार की ओर से। ए वेरी गुड मॉर्निंग टू ऑल ऑफ यू। नमस्कार। महो अर्णः सरस्वती प्राचेत्यति केतुना धियो विश्वः विराजति। देवी सरस्वती, आप अपने विशाल सागर से हमें ज्ञान प्रदान कर रही हैं। कृपया इस ब्रह्मांड को अपनी अपार बुद्धि से सुशोभित करें। आई एम प्रोफेसर डॉक्टर अमित बोध उपाध्याय, प्रेसिडेंट आईआईसी एट एलएनसीटी एंड एस।
वहीं रहिए, मैं अब 10 मिनट मैं खुद आ जाता हूँ।
प्लीज म्यूट कर लीजिए सभी अपने सिस्टम को। आई एम प्रोफेसर डॉक्टर अमित बोध उपाध्याय, प्रेसिडेंट आईआईसी एट एलएनसीटीएस, एलएनसीटी ग्रुप भोपाल। Welcome you all. We welcome team IIC of all your Mentee institutes. We welcome our visionary leader, respected Dr. Anupam Sir, Honorable Secretary LNCT Group, Chancellor JNCT Professional University and Pro-Chancellor LNCT University. We welcome respected Dr. Ashok Rai Sir, Director Administration LNCT Group. We welcome respected principals, OSDs, HODs, teachers, and dear students. LNCT and LNCT and S, top NVA accredited engineering college in Bhopal. It is working under the flagship of first self-financed engineering college group, that is known as LNCT group, with ideal sentences, Adarsh Vakya, Shraddhavan Lapte Jnanam, and working towards being the best. It is first self-financed institute of MP, started or established in 1993. LNCT synonyms with excellence in higher education, with 33 years of academic excellence. It is known for discipline, quality education, placement, skill development, research, innovation, and student development. LNCT Group is the most trusted educational group or brand in Central India. It is our pleasure that Dr. Anupam Chokse sir is here. He will address. He has awarded and appreciated by various governmental and non-governmental organizations for his contribution towards student development, society, environment, and जो हमारे राष्ट्र को मजबूत कर सकते हैं, इसी सभी में उनका योगदान अहम है। मैं डॉक्टर अशोक राय सर को आमंत्रित करता हूं वेलकम एड्रेस के लिए। इसके पश्चात हमारे सेक्रेटरी सर हमें आशीर्वचन प्रदान करेंगे।
नमस्कार। जैसा कि अमित बोध सर ने बताया कि हम जो 10 कॉलेजेस हैं उसके LNCTS, LNCT के मेंटी के अंतर्गत हम कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि भविष्य में अच्छे से अच्छा हमारे साथ जुड़ के हम जो कर सकते हैं इनके साथ मिलके वो करेंगे, और कैसे हम एक दूसरे से कनेक्ट हो सकते हैं और अच्छे से अच्छे प्रोग्राम कर सकते हैं, दूसरे चीज़ों में जा सकते हैं, उन पर हम विशेष ध्यान रखेंगे, ऐसी मैं उम्मीद करता हूं। और साथ ही साथ मैं सभी जो जुड़े हुए हैं सभी कॉलेज के महानुभाव उनका स्वागत करता हूं। आदरणीय हमारे सेक्रेटरी महोदय श्री अनुपम चौकसे जी, अमित बोध जी, ऑल फैकल्टी मेंबर्स, हेड ऑफ द डिपार्टमेंट्स, प्रिंसिपल्स, OSDs, अदर इंस्टीट्यूट से सारे जो इसमें पार्टिसिपेट कर रहे हैं हमारे बीच में हैं, उनका भी मैं अभिवादन करता हूं, वेलकम करता हूं। और साथ ही साथ उम्मीद करता हूं कि हम समय अनुसार आने वाले समय में जल्दी से जल्दी और भी ऐसे प्रोग्राम बीच में करते रहेंगे। पहले भी रखे थे जिससे कि हम एक दूसरे को अपनी चीज़ों से अवगत कराएं और हम उनसे भी सीखने का हमें मौका मिले, हम उनसे भी कुछ सीखें। इसी उम्मीद के साथ मैं सभी को पुनः साधुवाद देता हूं और अपनी वाणी को विराम देता हूं। धन्यवाद।
थैंक यू सर। अनुपम सर को इनवाइट करने के पहले मैं बताना चाहूँगा कि LNCT के अंतर्गत हमारा जो मेंटी इंस्टीट्यूट है उनके नाम है जय नारायण कॉलेज ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी भोपाल, लक्ष्मी नारायण कॉलेज ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी एक्सीलेंस भोपाल, डॉक्टर D भाई पाटिल आर्ट्स कॉमर्स साइंस कॉलेज पुणे, गवर्नमेंट डिग्री कॉलेज बेमीना श्रीनगर जम्मू एंड कश्मीर, ज्ञान गंगा कॉलेज ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी जबलपुर। और जो LNCTS के अंतर्गत जो 5 मेंटी इंस्टीट्यूट हैं उनके नाम हैं विठल दास ठाकरे कॉलेज ऑफ होम साइंस ऑटोनॉमस मुंबई महाराष्ट्र, मोरन कॉलेज आसाम, साधु बासवानी इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ मैनेजमेंट स्टडीज फॉर गर्ल्स कोरेगांव पुणे महाराष्ट्र, संदीप फाउंडेशन संदीप इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ इंजीनियरिंग एंड महाराष्ट्र, संत हृदयराम गर्ल्स कॉलेज मध्य प्रदेश भोपाल। आदरणीय अनुपम सर सादर आमंत्रित।
Thank you, Amit Bhoot sir. This mentor-mentee program under the IIC, Student Implementing Agency, MOE's Innovation Cell, AICT. As you already highlighted, there are 10 institutions which are under mentorship of LNCT and LNCTS. So as a mentor, we must have done something good in past years. That's why AICT has chosen us to be mentors. But I don't think there is any day end to learning. So we should learn from these institutions also. They must be doing something good in their IIC cells, and we must be doing something good in our IIC cells. So we should collaborate with each other. We should learn the best practices from both the institutions and implement in our institute, and they should learn from us and they should implement in their institute. And the overall outcome of this IIC cell, which MOE has envisaged, the final outcome from these IIC cells, it should come, and whatever new things we can learn as soon as possible, we should do it. And in able guidance of Mr. Dr. Amit Upadhyay, I think our this program will be a great success. I would like to congratulate all the participants and all the directors and the IIC nodal officers of different institutions, and hope that this workshop and this overall scheme gets a success. Thank you very much, sir, Amit sir.
थैंक यू सो मच सर। आपका मोटिवेशन और गाइडेंस और विजनरी लीडरशिप में निश्चित रूप से हम आगे बढ़ेंगे और उसका लाभ हमारे मेंटी इंस्टीट्यूट के साथ साथ पूरे एजुकेशन सिस्टम को होगा। प्लीज अनम्यूट योरसेल्फ ऑल पार्टिसिपेंट्स, इट इज आवर रिक्वेस्ट। So now I would like to invite our expert, respected Professor Dr. Deepak Kumar ji. He is working in Department of Mechanical Engineering, MANIT Bhopal.
नमस्कार नमस्कार।
Namaskar. So he will address us on innovation, prototype, validation, converting innovation into a startup. So आदरणीय दीपक सर सादर आमंत्रित सेशन है।
नमस्कार नमस्कार। So thank you very much for giving me a very good opportunity to share my thoughts related to this event. So, and I would like to thank all the Vice Chancellor and all the dignitaries from different institutions. So, and in detail, we will discuss in our topic, whatever the topic we are going to discuss.
सर एक मिनट, अरे देवांग सर,
जी सर।
खरे सर, बाकी लोगों को म्यूट कर दीजिए।
जी 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 सर।
प्लीज म्यूट अदर्स।
जी सर।
जी सर। दीपक सर, नाउ यू कैन स्टार्ट सर।
Okay, so shall I start my talk?
Yes sir, you can share your screen sir.
Sure, sure, sir. The screen is shared. Please confirm.
सर अभी नहीं दिखा रहा है, अभी
Right
पुराने
now it is not visible.
now
it is visible,
Yeah.
sir. It is sharing, sir.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, sir. Now visible.
Okay. Let me do.
yeah, now it is visible.
Sir, it is visible.
Okay. So shall I start?
Yes, sir. You can start, sir.
Yes sir.
Okay. So again, very good morning to all respected faculty members. So today we are going to. Hello. So I would like to request to all of one, please mute your mic, or if don't want to mute, please make arrangement that we are not getting any kind of noise from the environment. So I would like to give talk on the topic related to IIC. So innovation, prototype validation. So converting innovation into a startup. So basically, first, I would like to introduce myself. So myself, Dr. Deepak Kumar, working as an assistant professor in the Department of Mechanical Engineering, Maulana Azad National Institute of Technology, Bhopal. So prior to joining MANIT Bhopal, so I have attended different. I have got opportunity to work in different institutions like IIT Patna, IIT Kharagpur, and ISRO, and then later on I joined MANIT Bhopal. So I have learned a lot from these institutions. So as a student, as a scholar, so after joining the Department of Mechanical Engineering, so basically I do research in the area of applied mechanics. So basically, or whatever is all the faculty members who have joined, so they are also coming from different backgrounds. So and their research is ours. Please, I'm going to request, please, and please mute yourself. हेलो, आप सभी लोगों
Yes,
से
sir.
रिक्वेस्ट है कि प्लीज
You can continue, sir. I am taking care of this particular.
Okay. So basically, as I was saying that people have joined, so they are coming from different background. But the major thing we can say that we have to align ourselves in a proper in a final destination, that you can say that innovation which we are doing from different areas. So ultimately we have to come up with a kind of fruitful output. So the output may be in different forms. It may be in the form of projects which can actually help our society, in the form of process which may also can actually help our society or ourselves, human being. And as a student, or you can say that we would like to motivate our students, which is the backbone of our institution or our country. We have to motivate them, so basically they can convert whatever they have they are having in their mind, the ideation, into a final startup. And right now, as we are knowing that our government of India is also motivating us a lot to convert whatever the innovation we are doing in our lab, in our institution, which should be converted as a final product. And to actually make the final product, we have to motivate our student and ourselves also to start a startup. So basically, that is the ultimate goal. We are trying to discuss about how we can convert the idea into a final startup. So now let's talk about, basically, I would like to summarize basically in this seminar or in this talk, what are the topics we are going to cover. So in this seminar, in this talk, we are trying to understand the fundamental concepts of innovation, like what are the meaning of design thinking, what is the meaning of critical thinking, and what is the concept of prototype validation, and how we can convert our innovation into a startup. So these are the fundamental topics which are very much important related to the innovation. So we are trying to understand these concepts as a discussion mode. So let's start with the fundamental concept like innovation component. What is the meaning of design thinking, critical thinking, etc. So before starting, we have to understand the very important, or you can say that very usually used word called design. So what is the meaning of design and why it is so much important and why it is needed? So let's try to understand this concept, or not, you can say that the concept, very fundamental word usually we are utilizing. So basically, if we are seeing this word, you can say that generally we are living in a very computer generated society. You can say that not computer generated, you can say that living in a world where whatever we are not knowing, we are searching in the Google Media platform, whatever the platform we are available. So if we are searching this keyword design in a very well-known search engine called Wikipedia, particularly used for the educational purpose. So you can use the Google also, but for getting a proper scientific information, we are using the platform Wikipedia. So as per the Wikipedia definition, if we are searching this keyword design, so basically this provides us the information about the design, that this word design came from the Latin word, or this type of design word you can also see in the dictionary. Basically, the meaning of this word design came from the Latin word known as designare, and which is having the meaning to designate or mark something. So let me tell you, let's say you want to actually, whatever the idea is coming in your mind, in our innovative mind, so what exactly the first step we do? So whatever the idea is coming in our mind, so basically the first step what we are performing, we are taking pen and paper and we are starting writing something, whatever is coming in our mind. So there is a word called mark out. So designer may be anything, or any type of person may utilize his innovative mind. It may be the designer, it may be the engineer, it may be the artist. So anyone who can start brainstorming inside his mind, what exactly he do? The first step, he will take pen and paper and he's writing something. So basically this process called marking out. So that is also exactly the meaning of the design, which we have understood from any type of dictionary. And if we are talking about the definition, so I'm just reading it out from the source Wikipedia. So what this source provided the information about the design: a plan or specification for the construction of an object or system, or for the implementation of an activity or process or result of that plant or specification in the form of a product, prototype, or process. So basically here three main keywords you can find here. Final output may be in the form of prototype, in the form of product, or in the form of process. So how we can actually plan our whole journey starting from the scratch to the final output, maybe in the form of prototype, maybe in the form of product, final product, and maybe in the form of process. So basically as a human being, we have simplified this definition from the Wikipedia. So what, in a shorter way or in a simplest way, we can say that design is nothing but the problem solving approach which we can utilize or we can use to solve fundamental problem as a human being we face in our life. So any kind of problem which we are actually facing so many problems in our society as a human being, because you can take your example as well. You are living in your home or you are living in your society, and if you are looking your society very closely, you will find that your society is facing different type of challenges, because as a human being we face so much challenges in our environment. So as an innovator, as an engineer, we have to start thinking about the solution, how we can actually resolve different type of problems which we are facing in our daily life. In our actually there are multiple problems we are facing. So how we can start resolving, how we can provide them, how we can think about the solution. So basically solution needs some kind of approach, methodology, you can say that. So basically design is nothing but the problem solving approach. What is the approach you can adopt for a particular type of problem which we are facing as a human being? In another word, we can also say that design can also be defined in such a manner that doing or planning something with a particular purpose or aim in our mind. So you can start doing something, but it must be having some objective, that okay, what exactly we are trying to resolve. So to resolve something, we will start doing something which we can say that it's coming under the category of planning. So there are actually, this is the very generic definition about the design. So now, so you can say that this design, so problem solving approach can adopt any of the expert. The expert may come from the architecture, he may be the artist, he may be the engineer. Any type of person can actually start thinking or start brainstorming to solve a particular type of problem. Now the question is coming that, okay, if you are going to try to categorize whatever the problems you are facing as a human being, you have to categorize them, because some of the problem coming or falls under the category of the engineering, which needs engineering solution. Some of the problem you have to deal with the society, means sociological or sociological way. So in that way you can categorize different type of problems. So basically, to become a startup or entrepreneur, a startup person, you have to first think about what are the different type of problem we are facing right now, or our friends we are facing right now. So you have to start thinking, or you have to start analyzing different type of challenges or problems human beings are facing right now. You have to see the problem very closely. You have to feel the problem very closely. Then you can start thinking about the solution. If you are not able to feel the problem very closely, you are not able to provide the exact solution, or a solution which can actually propose the real solution or real issue, which can actually resolve the real issue which you are targeting. So first step is to feel the problem very, you can say that, closely. So now second thing is that one person actually cannot become expert in different areas. There is a, you can say that, limitation in our mind that okay, one person can have a specific type of expertise. Like myself, let's consider myself. So I have done the graduation from mechanical engineering background. So I cannot having so much expertise in different, other background like architectural things. So similarly, one person can have very limited amount of skill. But one skill or particular specific type of skill, he may be the master. But to solve, so what you can do, you based on your expertise, you can start thinking what are the type of problem you can participate based on your skill to resolve the issue. So students may come from different background, like he may be the student means one student may be the mechanical engineer, one student may be the electrical engineer, one student may be the science background, one student may come from the arts background. But each and every student has its own talent. Based on his expertise, his or her expertise, he can start thinking, he can start using his brainstorming things to resolve a particular type of issue. So the first thing is that apply your expertise. See yourself that in what areas you are having expertise. So now to resolve the issue, so now means we are specifying the exact definition about the design. So design is a very generic definition is design is nothing but the problem solving approach. Now you are actually applying a particular type of skill which you have, like as an engineer you are having different skill, as an artist you are having different skill, or any other type of background you are having different skill. If you are applying the concept which you know, like engineering or kind of mechanical engineering or kind of electrical engineer, so that suppose as a mechanical engineer you are trying to define the design in terms of your expertise. So you can say that you can apply your mechanical engineering solution or mechanical engineering skill to resolve engineering related issue, or you can say that so this design you can define in terms of machine design. So if you are combining the mechanical engineering type of skill with the design approach, so that machine design that design become a machine design. So you can say that design with scientific or engineering knowledge, or in another sense, if you want to apply your artistic type of skill, so you can apply that artistic type of skill. That may also actually come up with a you can also propose a particular type of solution which our society may face. So you can apply your artistic mind also. So basically, by choosing the problem and with applying whatever the knowledge domain you are having, you can think about the solution and later on you come up with a final resolution of the problem, or in terms of any kind of prototype, in terms of any kind of product, or in terms of process. So that is the overall journey of the, you can say that problem solving approach, overall journey of the design process, or whatever the definition you can actually word you can adopt to actually basically you have to totally fill your brainstorming ideas to provide the solutions for any kind of problem which you have chosen. So now after learning the definition of the design, now let us try to understand the design thinking, how we can actually start brainstorming or start thinking. Okay, so now we have suppose chosen a particular type of problem we would like to resolve the issue, and how we can start with. We know we are having the expertise. Let us assume that whatever the solution we would like to target. So brainstorming, so design thinking, how we can define, as the word already having the meaning, design thinking. So how we can define it? So design thinking is nothing but the brainstorming to make novel or advanced product or process. So there is a two-way that, and what you can actually provide the solution. So your solution may be the novel solution, means nobody has actually produced that type of solution. There is a chance that you are the first one who is going to provide the solution of any kind of problem. Or there is another category you can also choose. Suppose that problem is having solution, but that is not working perfectly right now. So what you can do, you can start with the same type of problem and start brainstorming already existing solution, and you can advance that so that the solution which has been already proposed, that is going to perform very accurately. So you can get good results from that proposed solution, which is previously proposed by other man. There may be some kind of flaws are there, so you can remove that type of flaws. So you can target novel product or already existing product to advance them, whatever the product or it may be the process. So brainstorming to make novel or advanced product is nothing but the design thinking. So like doing or planning something with a particular purpose or aim in our mind. So already we have seen this definition in the previous slide. So design thinking contains different type of stages. So let's talk about what are these stages are. So brainstorming consists, the first stage is empathize. In this step, you have to do a lot of research. Like before proposing the solution of any kind of problem, you first have to put your time or put your brainstorming, or you have to feel that problem very closely. You have to do a lot of research. So like in the first step, empathize, in the first stage of the design thinking, you have to do a lot of research, like research your users need. You have to feel that suppose you are a user, what are the things you need? What are the idea a customer can actually seeking? So understand and share feelings of others. You have to put your situation as a customer. Even though you are a creator, but you have to put yourself or your mind as a customer. So you have to first feel the problem. Now, second stage is coming, define. Means suppose you have feel that problem. Now, in the second step, you will define your problem in a proper wording. So how will you define? So you have to choose very appropriate wording, because like that, suppose you want to give name. Suppose you are actually trying to develop a new kind of product for any type of problem. So that product name must be a very cutest way. You can say that should be very attractive. Okay, there are multiple challenges to put the name. So state your users' need and problems. So to define something, you have to list down all the needs and problems may come in the product. So in the second stage, you have to define just by stating your users' need and problems, or just listing it down, different type of needs. You can do the survey as well. In the second stage, that is known as the ideation, ideate. So now challenge, assumption, and create ideas. So now see, there may be few limitations, because yeah, whatever the topic you means whatever the product you are going to target to design, that product always must be having some assumption or some limitation. So you have to exactly understand the limitation that okay, our fan is not going to provide you particular kind of, let's say you are trying to design, let's take one example of fan or any kind of product. That product must be having some limitation. That you should also know that, and you never actually say that you should also tell all the limitation of your product to your customer. So these are the things this product cannot achieve. So very honestly, you have to share your limitation of the product to the customer. So in the ideation stage, challenge, assumption, and create ideas. So slowly, later on, like initially, when the bike has been started, we can take example of bikes. Initially, whatever the, you can say that the mileage of bike, or let's take car, and you can say that 20 years back, what is the mileage our engines were having. And right now you can compare how the advancement came. So at the initial stage, they were not saying that our car is giving 100 km/h mileage. No, it is not possible. So whatever the honestly you are having the product performance, you have to tell your customer. So idea, challenge, assumption, and create ideas. Even though later on you can start working to rectifying these assumptions, but you have to list down all the assumption and limitation of your product. Now the next stage is coming, model. So now let's say after listing it down different type of needs, problems, and assumptions, you have to correlate different type of inputs and outputs of the solution. Suppose you are thinking about a particular type of solution, so you have to make the correlation or connection between the output of the product with respect to the input required to perform the system or whatever you are going to design. So you have to make the correlation. How particular type of input is going to affect the output performance of your product. So you have to mathematically correlate. It is for means if you can apply the scientific knowledge, so you can apply the physics behind the working of their product. So you can actually correlate between input variables with respect to the output variable of your product based on whatever the type of physics involved in your product performance. So if you are talking about, let's say, engine, you have to apply different type of concepts of apply the IC engines related knowledge to interconnection between the output performance, like what will be the efficiency of the engine. So you have to link efficiency of the engines with respect to the giving input. What are the different type of inputs you have been provided to the to the product. And after making the model, you will suppose you have listed down the needs, you have listed down the assumptions, you have listed down the limitations of your system or product, and you have been correlated the output performance or output variable with respect to the input variable of your product. Later on, by doing till analysis, what you can do, you can now start making prototype, the first prototype, or you can say that this is the first draft prototype. To get final product, you may have to make different n number of prototypes. It is possible. Let me give you some example that Thomas Alva Edison has performed 2000 experiments, or you can say that 1999 experiment. In that type of experiment, he has not actually invented the bulb, but we cannot actually say that he has failed. We have to make the positive attitude. So now we can say that means what we have to do, we have to say that in 1999 times he has proposed that solution that he cannot means we cannot generate the electrical world. So we have to actually adopt the positive attitude even though we are feeling so many times. So we have to take the lesson from the failure and we have to look making ourselves as a positive means innovators. So we have to think about the final goal. So before making a final product, you have to make so many type of prototypes. So now you can say that from this step onwards, you have been started the journey, start to create solution. So basically first prototype when you have made, even though that is not the final one, now you can say that you have started the journey in real sense. Okay, so if we have not started the prototyping, then we can say that we are living in the research phase, and that is also playing a very important role. Without research, you cannot start making any kind of prototype. If you are going to start making that type of prototyping, so there is very huge chances that you are not able to get a final, good product. So before making the prototype, you have to do a lot of research. And then suppose you have created the prototype, first prototype, then you will start is performing the test.
कहाँ है इसका चेकबॉक्स
Now,
चेकबॉक्स में वो करके और
you can do the pilot testing, that actually step called pilot testing. So the prototype you have been created, you have started the pilot testing. So these are the 6 stages of design thinking you have to apply if you are going to, or if you are trying to make any kind of novel or advanced product as a entrepreneur or as an innovator. Now coming, let's take one example, again very specific example. We have already had these type of examples that how the industry actually so let's say Apple's design team wanted to create a new version of the MacBook Pro, and we already know the MacBook Pro that should address the evolving needs of the professional user. So let's say let's consider ourselves as a employee of the Apple, very well-known industry, and we would like to create a new version of our Mac. So the product is being already invented. Now we would like to actually upgrade whatever the existing product we are having. Okay, so what are the steps as a team we have to perform to upgrade our existing product? So the first step, empathize. So what things we have to adopt in the first step, empathize? So we have to conduct various interviews and observation, because in this step we have to feel the problem, how we can upgrade the product. So we will conduct different type of interviews and we will start observing different type of things. We will start meeting with different type of professionals, because laptop is using different, not only using engineers, different type of community right now using the laptops. So we have to start discussing with them. So we can the professional may come from the designer background, developers, and also content creators. Right now there are huge population is also growing related to the content creators. Okay, so we will actually take interviews of them. So after making the interviews of them, so we will list down that what they need actually, what they want. So they found means as a team we will write it down their demands, like they need higher processing power, better graphics performance, improved keyboard reliability, and different type of things. You again note it down. As a team, we will note it down, all the demands from the customer, and then we will define based on the data what we have received. So what we can do next, based on our insight, as a team, we would like to define the problem. So how we can say that, how might we design a new MacBook Pro? Okay, ultimate goal is to design how we can design a new product. Means we want to upgrade. So you can say that how might we design a new MacBook Pro that delivers enhanced performance, keyboard reliability, versatile connectivity for professional users. So they have actually analyzed all the demands, they have noted down from the customers, and later on they have defined the problem. And then after defining the problem, they will move to the next step, ideation. So now they will start brainstorming as a team, whole team. So the team brainstorm and range of ideas to take the challenges. Okay, so whatever the challenges they have noted down, they will start brainstorming. So now, as customer says that they need higher processing, more performance, more processing power. So now they will apply their knowledge related, means the team may have actually this problem actually requires a different type of domain expertise. So this team may have you can say that different type of person coming from different background, like mechanical engineers, computer scientists, electrical engineer scientists. Okay, so mechanical engineer will start thinking about the cooling system for better performance, and kind of different other type domain expert, they will start thinking about how we can improve the keyboard mechanism. So based on their different expertise, they will start brainstorming. So what they can do, a complete system can be broken down in different modules. Okay, so this MacBook Pro system can be reduced down in different you can say that modules, and each module requires a particular or specific type of knowledge domain. Like once domain will start thinking about the mechanical aspects, one module will start thinking about the electrical aspects, another module can start thinking about the computer related solutions to provide. So each module requires different type of expert knowledge. Okay, so later on they will enter to the, after having so much brainstorming and applying the respected technical knowledge, they will come up with the first prototype. So now, as a team, suppose we have created an advanced prototype or upgraded prototype. Okay, and let's say we have introduced different type of new cooling system, we have upgraded a new keyboard mechanism, or different type of new kind of solution we have introduced. So after making the first prototype, we will start test, or you can say that we will start the pilot testing what we have upgraded. Okay, so again, means we cannot supply to the customer directly. First we will do the pilot testing from inside our institute or inside our company. So the prototype got tested internally by Apple employees and externally by the selected professional users. So see, let me give you some example that whenever the Windows is being upgraded, so you can say that Windows 10 is coming before, or Apple means operating system is coming, like iOS 16, 17, like that. Right now 17 is working. So coming to the main domain, actually they are only actually providing to a particular selected type of professional users. So they will get the feedback from the selected professional user, or even you can say that there is a particular type of community they have been already created inside the company. So they will start doing the pilot testing before sending to the final society, to the final people. So they will do the pilot testing. Then after performing the pilot testing, they will note down what are the problems is facing right now. Again, some kind of problem may also come. So feedback was collected, whatever the improvement they have done from the previous product, and again they will list down that okay, these are the problems. Again, we have to rectify, and then iterate. So again, they will iterate means again they will resolve the issue. Then again they will redo the pilot testing, and again they will list down what are the problems they are facing. And slowly, in each and every iteration, you will be reducing the issues, and later on you will do the final pilot testing, and now you will find that everything is perfectly working. So iterate means there is a number of pilot testing process you have to apply. Now you have to implement. So again, you can say that redefined design, Apple engineering teams begin the manufacturing process. So means initially they have done the one product based pilot testing, and later on they will start manufacturing a lot. They will start making an n number of products now, and then final they will deliver to the public. So these are the different type of design thinking process. As an innovator, we have to adopt, we have to perform if we are seeking a particular type of product design. Now let's talk about the critical thinking. So now suppose you have for any kind of proposing solution, you have to critically think. So critical thinking also very important concept. You have to apply if you are trying to design a particular type of product, process, whatever. So critically analyzing the available facts, evidence, observation, and argument to form a judgment. Okay, so you have to actually before proposing any kind of solution, you have to take the feedback that okay, who have been proposed this type of similar kind of solution previously, what are the facts are available right now. You have to list down from the customers. What are the arguments people have given? So later on, after making the list, you will become, you are making up some kind of judgment. Or later on, you can also say that even though you have been delivered the things, you have been delivered the things to the public domain, and you would like to actually correct the feedback. So later on, you can have the possibility to upgrade, even though you have been delivered the product. So to get the final judgment, the feedback is always you have to take. So this you can say that post process after product development in general. So in this critical thinking, you can start even though before processes, but in general we are utilizing this critical thinking after the post process steps after product development. So again, critical thinking is having so many kind of steps, like you have to formulate your questions. So you have to first make the questionnaires, and these questionnaires you have to provide from to your customers, and they will provide the answers, and you have to list down. So formulate your questionnaires, gather your information. Just like as a institute, we are taking the feedback from our institute, from our students, to upgrade our syllabus, to upgrade about the institute facility, whatever the time. So apply the information, then consider the implication. Means some kind of all the demand you cannot actually fulfill, because some student let me give you some example. Let's some student needs a very 5-star hotel inside your institute. So there may be some kind of various limitation, various implication you can have. So you have to think about that, what are the possible things and what you can do, what you cannot do. Okay, so apply the information, consider the implication, and then later on explore the other points of view. Whatever the availability you are having the resources, and based on the available resources, what are the maximum demands you can fulfill. to make your stakeholder or customer happy. So again, if we are going to take various examples, so I'm not due to time constraint, I'm not taking this example in detail. So you can start thinking about the criticality. So you can take the same example what we have seen in the previous slide, like for making or upgradation of the Mac Pro, or you can take another type of example as well. So now moving to the next concept, this I have taken another type of example, but you can connect the same idea with the previous example. Now let's talk about the innovation. Innovation is a very important, very important keyword in our innovator society. You can say. So innovation a kind of fruit which everyone is seeking. Okay. So whatever the design thinking and other exercises we have performed, so ultimately, what is the final fruit we have obtained? So fruits of the design thinking and other type of exercise which you have performed, that is called the innovation. Okay. So in a very shorter way, you can say that think, make, break, and repeat. So suppose you have initiated the idea, you have been defined the problem solving approach, and then you have started putting your brainstorming, and you have performed, you have made the prototype, and again you have done the pilot testing of your prototype, and then you have you can say that you are not able to contain means expected performance of the product. So now what you can do, you can repeat the same, means you can actually redo the pilot testing. So you can say that break is not a kind of negative word, just a iteration, means repetition. You can say that repetition, breaking means you are not able to get the final expected outcome, so you have to restart the things. And again later on, even though you have obtained the you have achieved the means performance what you have been targeted from the initial step, later on also you should repeat, or you should actually upgrade the system. Like even though 10 years back car has came, but again they will started research to enhance the performance. So think, make, repeat, think, make, break, and repeat. And that is the innovation. Innovation is the fruit of the design thinking. Okay. So now let's talk about the second concept, prototype validation. So how we can do the prototype validation? So as we have understood that, okay, we have made the product and we have done the pilot testing. So basically prototype validation is the selected steps in a complete journey of the problem solving approach. In this selected steps, you are doing the process or pilot testing. Okay, very critically you are doing the pilot testing and you are noting it down what are the limitation of the product you are having. So process of pilot testing and evaluating a prototype in early version of the product or system or idea to determine its feasibility, functionality, and alignment with users needs and requirement. Okay, so means again means after delivering a final product, you cannot stop. You have to always think about the upgradation. So the goal of the prototype validation, again you have to gather the feedback and data from the potential customer or users. So again actually these feedbacks will help you to upgrade your, even though you have been delivered the product. So always actually there is a possibility of upgradation whatever the product you have been delivered to the market. So these require different type of again steps like functional testing, user feedback, usability testing, means how the product is performing, user needs alignment, what the user needs, and is the product is supplying demand what the users are needing. Feasibility study means what the users requires, is it feasible or not? You have to think about different type of aspects. Risk identification. What are the risks to the environment? Suppose even though you are proposing the solution, but you are you are proposing the solution for one type of problem, and you should ensure that you are not creating any novel kind of problem to the society. So you have to think about the risk as well. Hello? Somebody started sharing. Hello?
Okay, sir. I will check.
Yeah, just
Okay, sir. सर आप म्यूट हो गए दीपक
hello.
सर ठीक है सर
Okay.
You can continue, sir.
Okay, just going to add a little bit steps are there. So prototype validation. Okay, so again you can take different type of example. So let me give you the example in a faster way. Like you can imagine as a company, let's say, and you have to develop a new social networking app. Okay, who is actually aiming to connect people with similar hobbies and interests. Okay, so again you have to perform different type of exercises, like you have to do the usability testing. So what you can do, you can actually make a team, or you can recruit different type of persons who have these type of skill or who have these type of expertise, and you will allot different type of tasks to the particular you can say that persons. Okay, so it's like such creating profile, searching for groups, sending messages to others. So these are few examples. Then user interviews, what you can do, you can ask to one-to-one requirements from the customers or from the stakeholders, and based on that you can get the data, and from these data you can start brainstorming about the development of the app. So then after development, you can apply your skill. Suppose you have been developed the product, the app, and then before delivering to the customer, you will start doing the pilot testing, functionality testing. Okay, so the company will test core functionality of the app, like profile creation, group joining, and messaging. So everything is working perfectly or not. And also parallelly, they will start actually checking that or comparing that whatever the app you have been created, already some similar kind of app must be there. So you have to provide some extra benefit so the customer can attract. Okay, so in that way you can actually do the prototype validation. Okay? So the round of prototype, if you are finding in the first round, let's say you are not having expected outcomes, you can repeat the round of validation as well. Okay, so now coming to the last concept, where we are trying to understand, trying to discuss about the innovation into startup. How the means innovation we can convert to the startup. Okay, so converting an innovative idea into a startup, actually there is a, you can say that, very interesting and exciting journey. So basically whatever the innovation we have actually thought in our mind, and we would like to convert it as a startup, so what are the steps you have to follow? So let's take one example. So understand your idea. Like in our first slide we have said that you have to feel the problem, because if you are not feeling the problem, then you are not able to propose the solution. So understand your idea, first step. So, and in this step, what you have to do, you have to clearly define your innovative idea. What problems you are going to target? What problems does it solve? Then who will going to benefit? You have to think these all the things, these all the related question you have to ask ourselves. How it is unique? Okay, so in this way, by asking these type of question, you can understand your idea. Means you can clearly define your innovative idea. What type of problem does it solve? Who it will be benefiting, and how it is unique. So what you will do, then you will start research and validate. So research your idea thoroughly, and then you have to also look that similar kind of product or solution is available in market. If yes, then of course you have to put some additional things so customer can attract. Our customer can switch from the existing product to your new version of the product. Okay, so you have to develop the business plan as well. Okay, because ultimately you have to start earning. So for that you have to make a very good business plan. Okay, and outline your idea, target your audience, make the competitive model, and think about a revenue model. Is how will you earn the money and how you will reach every customer. Okay, and basically you have to think a lot that what is the cost you are putting to develop or to manufacture a single product, and how you will start earning. Means what amount you will sell to the means customer, and you have to think a lot. So you have to start earning as well. Okay, and design the product. So you can actually design your product in a mass scale. Okay, so after doing this exercise, you can be called yourself as a entrepreneur. Okay, so multiple steps also, like get support and mentorship, of course. See, even though you are having very much expertise, but you have to make a good team, because without making a good team, you cannot actually get your final goal. Okay, so get support and mentorship, create brand and identification. These are the later steps, you can say that. The first thing is that you have to provide the perfect solution for any type of problem which you have taken. Unless these are the next step, means how will you create the business model, how will you create the brand. Means if you are going to provide a very good quality product, automatically brand will come. But even though you have to take the help from the experts. Build a minimal viable product, so the cost you cannot enhance a lot. So because to exist in the market or to compete in the market, your cost must be reduced. So test and iterate. Okay, so market your startup. You have to do a lot of marketing, and so different platforms like different type of social medias. Okay, these are the later step when you have developed the product. And later on, if you are not having funding, of course this is the major thing. You have to seek funding. So how much qualitative product you have been launched, based on that you will get the funding, because the funder always seek the novel solution. If you are not providing the novel solution, they will not actually fund you. And later on, after getting the funding, you will start scaling your startup. Okay, so these are the few things you have to keep in your mind. So thank you very much. So any kind of question if you are having in your mind, please ask me. Thank you.
Thank you, Deepak sir. Now I request to kindly raise your hand if any participant is having any query regarding this particular expert talk. So you can raise your hand, and first you can unmute yourself and you can ask one or two questions which is relevant to this particular talk.
Please.
Anybody having? Yes, anybody having any question?
Yes, please. Jitendra Kumar, you have raised your hand, please.
Sir, thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Sir, actually, my idea prototype is already ready.
Acha.
I have to know convert it into a startup.
अच्छा,
So as you mentioned before that before in the session that how we can convert it into session. So can you give me a brief that how we can actually convert our prototype into a startup, or
Okay.
we go through some guidelines or any other things that we have to.
ओके ओके सो वेरी फर्स्ट मैं आपको बहुत बधाई देना चाहता हूँ कि आपने कुछ सोचा इस सोसाइटी के बारे में और आपने कुछ प्रोटोटाइप के लिए ब्रेनस्टॉर्मिंग किया, और जैसे कि आपने बोला कि आपने प्रोटोटाइप बना रखा है, राइट?
यस सर।
हाँ, तो अब आपने प्रोटोटाइप बनाने के लिए अगर आप चाहें तो आप इसको एक दो बार और सोचें कि जो हमारा प्रोटोटाइप है वो हर कंडीशन से जैसे कि मैंने बोला ना, कोई रिस्क फैक्टर नहीं है, कुछ परमिशंस वगैरह रिक्वायर्ड तो नहीं है, जैसे कोई जनरली आपका प्रोटोटाइप किस टाइप का सॉल्यूशन प्रोवाइड कर रहा है सोसाइटी को, आप बता सकते हैं क्या?
Yes, sir. Sir, basically it's IoT based energy monitoring system.
Okay. Energy monitoring, which type of means on what actually type of means what type of energy you are going to minimize?
Sir, basically, for example, we have a fan. Its
Okay.
rating is 1 kilowatt.
Achha, okay.
If it operates one hour, that means it produces 1 kilowatt energy.
Okay, okay.
If
Okay.
if it produces more than that energy, we are not aware of that particular device is consume more energy than required.
ओके,
So
वेरी गुड।
basically,
तो जैसा आपने बोला कि एनर्जी को कैसे यूटिलाइज करें, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी को कम करने के लिए हमारा प्रोडक्ट है, राइट? तो इसके लिए आप इसके लिए आप क्या करें, इसमें कुछ पहले ना आपको सर्टिफिकेशन करना पड़ेगा। सबसे पहले तो आपका जो प्रोडक्ट है उसका पेटेंट करा लीजिए, क्योंकि वो कोई भी जैसे आप किसी को डिस्कस करेंगे या कहीं वर्कशॉप वगैरह होंगी, कहीं पे एक्सपो लगेगा, तो जब आप दिखाएंगे तो कोई कॉपी ना कर ले आपके आइडिया को। तो पहला स्टेप आप क्या कीजिए, आप अपने प्रोडक्ट को पेटेंट कराइए, ठीक है?
ओके सर।
सेकेंड स्टेप, पहला प्रोडक्ट पेटेंट कराने के बाद आप ये देखिए कि इसमें कुछ सर्टिफिकेशन चाहिए होते हैं। जैसे कोई भी प्रोडक्ट हम मार्केट में लाते हैं तो हमें कुछ सर्टिफिकेशन चाहिए होता है। उससे क्या होता है कि थोड़ा प्रोडक्ट की ऑथेंटिसिटी बढ़ती है। तो सर्टिफिकेशन जैसे आपको आईएसओ बहुत सारे स्टैंडर्ड है, वो कुछ कैटेगरी में फॉल करता है, तो उसका सर्टिफिकेशन लेना पड़ेगा गवर्नमेंट से, ठीक है? तो सर्टिफिकेशन लेने के बाद आप क्या कीजिए, फिर एक अपना जैसे पेटेंट हो गया, तो अगर आप चाहें तो एक कंपनी फॉर्मेट कर सकते हैं। अगर आपको विश्वास है कि हमारा प्रोडक्ट एकदम अच्छा है और वो हमारा जो इलेक्ट्रिसिटी कंजम्पशन की प्रॉब्लम को रिजॉल्व कर सकते हैं, आप सबसे पहले सिंपल कंपनी रजिस्टर कर दीजिए। भले ही आप छोटी सी कंपनी है, बट हर चीज जीरो से शुरू होती है, गिनती भी है ना, जीरो से होके इनफिनाइट तक जाता है। तो आप छोटी कंपनी रजिस्टर करें, फिर एक दो प्रोडक्ट बनाए। जैसे मान लो आपने 10 प्रोडक्ट बनाए, तो 10 प्रोडक्ट को आपने सर्टिफाई कराया, फिर आप एक एक करके आप खुद एज आप सेल्स मैनेजर भी बन जाइए, आप मालिक भी हैं कंपनी के, सब कुछ एज अ टीम, या वो डिपेंड करता है कि आपके टीम में कितने मेंबर है। सपोज 4 लोग होंगे, पहले बहुत ही जो है ना आपकी जो भी क्या बोलते हैं मतलब एकदम ट्रस्ट वर्दी टीम होगा, उसको क्रिएट करें, फिर टारगेट करें जो पोटेंशियल कस्टमर है उनको बेचें, उनसे लें, फिर उनके 10 पहले कस्टमर आपके काम होंगे, फिर आप क्या करेंगे, उनसे फीडबैक लेते जाएंगे। तो हो सकता है कि उनका कुछ छोटा मोटा फीडबैक हो, और फीडबैक से फिर आप अपग्रेड करें जो भी आपका प्रोडक्ट है। तो जो पहले आपने 10 प्रोडक्ट बनाए थे, उसमें से जो भी फीडबैक एकत्रित किया आपने कस्टमर से, वो 10 फिर जब 11वां प्रोडक्ट बनाएंगे तो वो प्रॉब्लम नहीं होनी चाहिए जो आपने 10 प्रोडक्ट बनाने के बाद बनाए। फिर 10 से ऐसी प्रॉब्लम दूर करते करते फिर 10 का अगला 20 बनाए, फिर 30 बनाए, ऐसे आपके प्रोडक्ट फिर क्या हो जाएंगे, थाउजेंड्स, लाखों करोड़ों प्रोडक्ट बना सकते हो। इससे फिर आप एक छोटी सी कंपनी से होके आपका जो टर्नओवर है, हो सकता है स्टार्टिंग में आपका मिनिमम कुछ लाख में हो, बाद में टर्नओवर बढ़ते बढ़ते भगवान की दया से आपका टर्नओवर करोड़ों में भी जा सकता है। तो ये कुछ स्टेप्स हैं जो आपको फॉलो करना है। और सबसे पहली बात, टीम आपकी बहुत अच्छी होनी चाहिए। किसी भी स्टार्टअप के सक्सेस के लिए एक अच्छी टीम का होना बहुत ही जरूरी है.
Okay.
I hope I have
Thank you, sir.
answered your
Thank you so
question.
much. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
very much.
Now, anybody else having some query regarding this particular expert talk? किसी का और कोई question? So there is one question from my side, sir. Is
Yes, sir.
for opening any particular startup, is there a particular mandatory condition where whether it will be a technology-driven startup or it may
Not
be
necessary.
non-technical type?
Not necessary. See, a startup, a kind of you are actually making a particular startup. How startup you can define? So startup is nothing but you have authenticate that okay, we are providing a particular type of solution which we are facing in our daily life. Simply, and it doesn't necessary that you are providing the technical solution. No issue. Even though you are providing a simple, process or some kind of ideative type of process or ideative type of steps. Okay, so society is going to benefit it. So the startup or the solution, it is always you have to think about the solution. And problem we are facing not necessarily coming from the engineering background. So the startup may provide the solution, not only the technicality, social solution you can provide, or there are different type of solution. So we are not limited in a particular domain, right?
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you for giving a very nice and wonderful talk. You have explained us the very nitty-gritties of this particular topic, innovation and prototype, and converting it into the actual startup in a very simple manner, sir. And thank you for accepting our invitation for giving this nice talk for our mentee institutions and as well as for our institute. And I again thank you to deliver your talk, sir. So I
So
again
thank you, sir.
request all the mentee
Very much.
institutions to stay back here because now we are starting the expert talk 2 of this particular session 1, and our speaker is already here. Aman sir, are you here, sir?
Yes, yes, you are audible.
Yes, sir.
Am I audible?
Yes,
Am
sir.
I
Yes,
audible?
sir. You are visible also. So
Yes.
I welcome you, sir, on behalf of IIC Lnct Bhopal as well as IIC Lncts to this particular event of IIC calendar activity conduction for mentee institutions of Lnct and Lncts Bhopal. And now we are starting a second expert talk of first session. The title of this particular talk is a session on achieving value proposition fit and business fit. And the expert for this particular talk is Dr. Aman Khurana, and he is working as an assistant professor at Department of Mechanical Engineering at Indian Institute of Technology, IIT Indore. Prior to that, he worked as a postdoctoral researcher in the Intelligent Materials Systems Lab, Saarland University, Germany. His research is mainly focusing on developing smart material-based structures. He had received his PhD in mechanical engineering and specialized with continuum mechanics from IIT Roorkee in 2022. And his main area of interest includes soft materials mechanics, dynamics of minimum energy structures made up of electroactive polymers. He is a highly motivated dynamic scholar and fully dedicated to original research. He regularly writes and reviews articles for various peer-reviewed international journals and conferences. Based on aforementioned work, he had documented several scientific articles in the International Journal of high repute. And as well as he is the recipient of DST Inspire Fellowship in 2022 from Ministry of Science and Technology, Government of India, as well as he also a recipient of a Ratan Prakash Memorial Gold Medal in 2017 for his outstanding achievement at MTech level in applied mechanics department. and he has been actively involved in various research works in collaboration with Professor Zurlo, National University of Ireland, Galway, on stability analysis of wrinkling in dielectric membrane, and with Mukhopadhyay Sir, University of Southampton, UK, on linear analysis of electromagneto-active thin membranes. So this is his bio sketch. And now I request Dr. Aman Khurana to kindly take over, and you can share your screen, sir, for today's
Yeah.
online talk, sir.
Okay. Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Your screen is visible now.
Okay. Thank you so much for
Thank you, sir.
introducing me. And I like to say thank you very much to Lnct Group of Colleges for providing me this opportunity to interact with the young minds. I'm very thankful to you. So, shall I start the session? I hope it will be not too much boring, and it will be an interactive
Yes, sir.
session.
You can
And-
start your session, sir.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much. Okay, so the topic of my today's session is on achieving value proposition fit and business fit. As already I am being introduced, currently I'm working as an assistant professor in Department of Mechanical Engineering, IIT Indore. So let's start with the session. One second. Okay, so the basic idea of this talk is that after the end of this seminar or this talk, you will be able to understand the basic concept of what is this value proposition fit. And what is this idea? You will also understand the basic idea of business fit. The main objective of this seminar is that if you are having some idea, so how will you convert that idea into a startup, and how your startup will have certain value proposition fit, and then ultimately it will lead to a business fit. So I will try to make you familiarize with this term, the basic of this value proposition fit and the business fit. It will be very, very important if you are in the initial phase of developing some startup. So you should understand this term, value proposition fit and business fit, because ultimately it is going to affect your startup. For example, if you have certain startup and if you want to take it to a large scale, and if you want that it will be converted to a very huge business or a big business, so you have to understand this, what is this value proposition fit, how you can fit your startup into this value proposition, and how can you ultimately lead it to the business fit. Okay, so that is the main objective of this seminar, and it will be a very important terms, and it is not a terms basically, it is a practically implemented things that you should know, because this seminar, like lot of people are talking about this startups, innovations. Already Professor Deepak Kumar has explained it in a very nice way, but these are certain important terms that you need to understand, that if you have certain value proposition fit and the business fit, then you can take your startup to another level. So that is the main objective. So let's try to understand what is this value proposition fit and business fit. Okay. So I have discretized my seminar into certain steps. The first one is we are going to discuss about the value proposition fit. So we will get the basic idea of this value proposition fit, how we can, with the help of a simple idea like a startup. Initially, we have some startup, how we can implement certain value proposition fit into that, so that we can enhance the level of our startup. Okay, so first I will discuss on the few components of this value proposition fit, and then we will move in the second part to the discussion about the business fit. So let's try to go towards the part one. Before going into understand what is this value proposition fit, has already been discussed a lot about what is the startup, how we can initiate it. So let's revisit it in a very like a small way. So we all know that what is the startup, because different people have the different definition for the startup. Somebody says that when the company is in its initial phase, or when it is developing, or in the initial phase or the beginning phase of their company is referred to as the startup. That is a very like a layman definition for that. And different people have different perspective about the startup. So they have different definition for that. Some people says that if you are in the initial state of your business or you are developing some business, it is called a startup. But it is also a true definition, because different people have different definition. Somebody says that is my voice is audible to all, or is there any
Yes, sir. You can continue, sir.
Because somebody is like speaking in between, so I believe my voice is not audible. Okay,
I will take
so
care
let's
of
come
it, sir.
back. Let's come back to the topic. So some people says that if you are doing some startup, you are dealing with basically the uncertainty. As we all know that there are a lot of uncertainty in our market. So if you start something new, so you have to deal with this uncertainty. So that is also a definition, a layman definition of the startup. And people says that if you are doing some startup means you are doing some experiment, because in the experiment the chances of getting success is very, very low. So in the startup it's also like that. A lot of startup is being there, but getting a startup into a success, the chance is very, very low. The reason is being there are a lot of competition in the market. Your startup should be very novel. It should be very reachable to the market. That is very important. And some people also say that it is a mindset, how you are thinking about the problems and in how effective manner you can implement to solve the certain problem of the society, of the customers. So these are certain different definition of the startup that people have. Why I'm talking about this startup? Because initially we have to understand what is this basic startup, how can we can initiate it. So after having the startup, how we can implement the value proposition fit to it, so that we can take that startup to another level. That's why I'm basically discussing the basic things about the startup. As we all know that what is the startup. If you are having certain idea, the first important step is to have an idea in your mind. If you are having certain idea, the idea can be technical ideas, it can be non-technical ideas that can be associated to some problem of the society. So whatever you are seeing in day-to-day life, if you think that there is a certain problem and you have an idea to overcome that problem, so that is also considered to be a basic initiation of the start. So initially you should have an idea that you are going to develop. That may be a technological advancement, that may be going to be a social advancement. So that is the basic criteria. You should have an idea. So after I am having the idea, what's the next step? You should always try to plan. If you are having an idea and you don't have a plan, how you are going to execute that? For example, if you want to develop some product, okay, you have an idea that this is a product and it is going to serve our society in different way. But if you don't have a planning, how you are going to take it to the customer level, to the society, then it's of no use. So if you are having an idea, you should always try to plan in the second step that how you can take that idea to the ground root level. That is very, very important. And third thing is that if you are having an idea, you are expert in one of the domain, but definitely you are not nobody is perfect in this world. Okay. So you need a team of the expertise who can help you in other domains in which your expertise is not there. So you need a teamwork in which the different peoples from the different background help you in the different way to take your product or the prototype to the ground root level. So that is very, very important. Step 4, that is very important aspect, is the investment. For taking any object or any product to the higher level, you need some funding. That is very, very important, and that's a very difficult nowadays to get some good funding. Okay, you will get a good funding if your idea is novel and people think, yes, your startup is going to ultimately increase their productivity, increase their business level, provide them the profit, then they are going to invest in your startup. So the fourth important trend, very important thing, is the funding that you are requiring, that is investment. Fifth thing is important while you are initiating startup is you have to see the market trend. What is the trending thing in the market? What the people are looking for? If you understand the trend of the market, you can basically initiate your idea that is more converges towards the market trend. So that is a very, very important aspect also. If you are looking to start some startup, always look for the market trend. What is nowadays very demanding? I will give an example. During the COVID time, everybody sees like there is a huge demand of masks, there is a huge demand of COVID vaccines. So what people have done, you have seen there are a lot of different type of masks come into the market at that time. So that is depending upon the market trend, what the people is requiring. If you develop an idea and provide that product to the market at immediate step, you can provide it. So that's an important aspect also. The next one is the resources. You should always look for the resources for developing. If you have an idea, okay, you say, I will develop this product, but there are certain resources is required for developing that product. So you should always take care about that the resources should be easily available. If it is very obsolete resources or very difficult to get, how you can convert that to a product? Okay. Another important aspect of the startup is the strategy. You should have a clear-cut strategy that how you are going to initiate it, how you are taking to the upper level, then how you are converting it to the grassroots level. So you should have a very clear-cut strategy. And at the last, your idea will get converted into product. So this is the basic of the startup and how we can initiate the startup. Why I am talking about this startup? Because, for example, if you are having an idea, okay, for starting some startup, so you should always try to see that how you can initiate it and how you can take it to the next level. So the next level is that we are going to talk about is, you see there are three different journey of the startup. Okay, so here I am showing the happy startup journey, but it's not always true, because most of the startup, it will not go to after level 1, it will not go to the other levels. So I'm just sharing about the happy startup journey. So in that, you are having basically 3 phases of the startup. The first one is the start. You will start something, initiate something. You have an idea. You are trying to produce some product. For example, you will produce some product to the market. So that is called a start. Initial step or initial stage of the startup. Okay. Then there is come the second stage, that is grow. So grow is the stage where you are going to, for example, your product, whatever you are giving to the market, it will demand, it keep on increasing. So you will grow in that startup. And third one is that you are the leading person in that product in the entire market. So that is the 3 happy step journey. So we can compare with an example. I will give you a very simple example. We all know about the Reliance Jio company. Initially, what they have done? They have started a Jio SIM. They will give it free to all the consumers initially. They see the market. They see the market that people are looking for free internet connections or for getting like easy accessible connection, internet connection. So what they have done, they have started the market like that. They are giving the free Jio SIM to all the customers, and they are giving free internet for like few months. Okay, so they have started. They have initiated that product. That in the second stage, what they have done, they keep on growing. Keep on growing means their customer keep on increasing. Okay, then what they are doing, then they keep on fix some price on that, because the people are used to for that, because a lot of people purchase Jio SIM. Okay, and they are used to for the internet connection, that the speed that they are providing. Then initially they put some price on that. People still continue with that because they are becoming used to of that. And the third stage is the lead stage. You see, a time come when the most of the people they purchase the Jio SIM, so they will lead in that market. So because of that, all the other competitors like Airtel, Idea, Vodafone have to reduce their cost. Okay, so the Jio become the leading company in terms of that internet connection providing they are providing. So that is the basic journey of the startup, and it's the happy startup journey. So what they have done initially, they have an idea. They understand the market trend that people are looking for free internet connection, people are looking for some good speeds. So they initiated it. And initially they provided free. Okay. Then what is happening? They keep on growing. People are basically purchasing their SIM. So their demands are increasing. They keep on growing. Then they provide some initial charges. Nowadays, if you see, the Jio has the maximum recharge rate nowadays. And based upon that, it is leading the entire market. It is tuning the rate of other SIM providing company, net providing company like Airtel. So if their price keep on increasing, so other companies also, depending upon the Jio connection, they are tuning their prices also. So that is the journey of the basic startup that is ultimately lead you to a successful. Now, let's come to our topic that is very, very important, but this is value proposition. For example, if you are going to start with an initial startup, so your startup should always have an idea of value proposition. So what is this value proposition fit? As a name suggests, it is like a proposition fit with the value. It means that, for example, if you are going to produce some product for the customer, so always you have some basic understanding that what are their requirements, okay? And what is you are offering to the customer depending upon their requirement. They're going to some match between them. So basically that match is referred to as value proposition. I will explain you with a very simple example. We all know about the Zomato, Swiggy app nowadays. So what they have done, initially they have going to start a startup. It is a type of startup they have initiated. So what they have searched for the market trend. They see that the people's like job doing people, the people who are working, and the students basically also. So they don't have a much time to go to the market for purchasing foods, for getting their required foods. They don't have a time to go to the restaurant. Okay. So they see what is the market trend, what is the requirement of the people. So what they promises? So they promises to the customer that, okay, you need not to come to the restaurant. We will provide the food that you are requiring at your doorstep. Okay. So that is the promise that they are giving. The first promise is that they are going to give you the doorstep delivery. Second, they says we will give you some discount also. You see now we are having a lot of offers on Zomato and Swiggy, 20% discount. If you purchase a meal above certain amount, you will get this amount of discount. You will get some rewards points also like that. So what is this value proposition? Demanding upon the customer requirement, or what are the customer basically required from you? You are making certain promises. So the promises that you make basically, it is referred to as the value proposition fit that you are providing to the customer. Okay. So now another important aspect is, if you are having a great idea for a startup, okay, but you always need to address that your idea should going to address the most important problem of the customer. The important problem that I have already discussed here, like for example, Zomato sees that people cannot come to the restaurant. For example, the job doing people, they are, because after coming from their job, they are very tired. They don't have a time to go to the restaurants. Student who is working on research or some aspect of study, sometimes they don't have a time to go to the restaurant. So they see the problem of the customer. So what they have to do? So they provide the promises that yes, we are going to offer you the doorstep delivery. We are going to give you certain benefits like discounts, certain rewards points. So that is basically, if your idea is not addressing the problem of the customer, then it is not called as a value proposition. But if you are making with your startup or an idea certain promises to the customer that yes, we are going to tackle your problem, we are going to provide a solution to your problem, and the most important thing, we are try to see what are your problems you are facing, and we will try to overcome that in effective manner. So that is called as value proposition fit. So I will give you a very another example. You see nowadays Ola, Uber is running. Okay. So during their initial phase, Ola, Uber sees the market trend that it's become very, very difficult for the people who don't have any conveyance to go from one place to another. Okay. Or for example, you are a student or a group of 4 or 5 students, you want to go for a particular place. So what you require a convenience, you require a car to go, okay, in a group if you want to go. So what they says, okay, we will provide you a doorstep delivery, a car will come to your place and it will drop you there. So that is the basic idea that they have developed. And nowadays you see Ola, Uber is one of the leading company in terms of the transportation, for providing a transportation facilities. And they have a quite few address their audience initially. They know the people who are traveling initially, like they are going to the airport, to the railway station. So they require the targeted audience they have, students. So they targeted that audience. Based upon that, they developed an app. So after developing app, they say, okay, you have to just search for that and you will get your cab. If you are in the accessible area, you will get, and we can let you your desired point. So that is the important thing. First, what they do, they understand the requirement of the customer, what customer is requiring. And then they are promising something. They provide something platform by the help of which they can try to solve the problem of the customer. So that is very, very important in a startup. Always try to see what are the problem of the customer, how you can overcome that problem of the customer. You see also, unemployment is very big problem also. A lot of people, like a lot of young people you see, they are roaming around without any job. So Zomato, Swiggy provide them also an important employment facilities. You see a lot of now young people coming with the help of Zomato and Swiggy for delivering your food. So that is also with this basic initial startup, but with the help of their value proposition fit that they are providing, they try to overcome the problems of the generation. The problem is that unemployment, they have tackled it. They overcome the problem of not people who are not able to go to the restaurant, the people who need a like transportation facility. So Ola, Uber provide that facilities. So with the help of that, they are trying to overcome the problem of the customer also. So this is the basic thing that the value proposition means. It is whatever you are offering. It should, how much amount it is matching with the requirement of the customer is called as value proposition. And it is very, very important. Okay. So, Dr.
Just a
Devan,
minute, sir.
some people are
Muting
speaking
you.
in between. Is it
Yes, sir.
audible?
Just a minute.
सबसे ज्यादा इंटरनल था मेरा, इसलिए बड़ा है, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है, लिखना मैंने भी तुम्हारे इतना ही है। मैंने भी नहीं दिया
Okay. Okay. Is it fine now? Can I start again?
Yes, sir. You can continue, sir. I have muted
Okay.
that particular person.
Yeah, it's okay. Thank you. So now if you see what is the value proposition fit, now we have understanding, basic understanding that what is the requirement of the customer. Based upon that, whatever we are proposing in our product or in our process, whatever we are proposing, it is called as value proposition fit. Okay. So if you see the canvas of the basic understanding of the value proposition, if you see here, like customers are here, I will explain it to you. So what are the requirement of the customer? So what are the pain of the customer? For example, the pain of the customer or student, they says that we need certain discount, we need certain offer, we need certain reward point. It will be benefits for us. While we are like booking some food, while we are moving towards with the help of some transportation facility. So what are their gains? They will get some discount, they will get some feedback, they will get some reward point. So that is the requirement of the customer. And the other important thing is they want job. So, okay. Then as a initial startup, what we are proposing that, okay, we will provide you a job with the help of, for example, Zomato. They provide a lot of employment to the young persons. Then they say, we will relieve your pain. You need not to come to the restaurant. That is your pain. Every time it's not possible for you to come to your restaurant. For the job person, for the student, we will relieve your job. We will relieve your pain. And the other important thing, we will provide you a service, effective service. On-time delivery, we will give you a certain opportunity to provide feedback to us. So we will give you a lot of opportunities for improving our services also. So that is the basic canvas. That is the requirement of the customer. And that is the promises that you are giving to your customer with your startup. So this is called as the value proposition fit. So value proposition means whatever you are offering matches well with the requirement of the customer or the person who are using your service. So that is very, very important. In the startup, you always have a value proposition that fitted well with the requirement of the customer. Okay. If it fits well, then definitely your startup is going to be a great success. Otherwise, it's going to be a failure. If you're not able to fulfill the requirement of the customer, you are going to fail in that respect. Okay. So that's why value proposition is very, very important. Now, I will give you a very interesting example of successful value proposition. As already says by Professor Devang that I have done my postdoc from Germany. So there people sees the basic problem that the students are facing. So they have seen that, for example, their universities are open university basically. So they are having the accommodation outside the university. So sometimes bus get delayed, transportation is not proper from their native place. So they need some, and they don't have a car because they are studying there. So the international students don't have a car. So that is the basic problem that they are facing. So there is a company in Germany called Tier. Now it's basically in entire Europe it is spread. So you see, they propose an idea of an electric scooter. They says that, okay, we will provide you an electric scooter and you can use it for your convenience. Like you have to transport from one place to another. You need to go to your university. You can use this electric scooter. So basically this electric scooter is of Tier company. So now they have understand the demand of the students. For example, they're targeting student community basically. So, and also they target it in such a way that they provide very low cost because students require a important aspect is they require cheap convenience. Okay. So that is the demand of the student community. It should be cheap. It should be easily accessible. So what they have done, you can start this electric scooter with the help of an application in your mobile phone. It's simple to start. When you start it and you can drop it at any place, at convenient parking space, you can drop it. So you need, for example, you need from one place to another and you need not to come back. That's okay. Whenever you stop it, you stop and you just click the photo, okay, in the app, it will stop. This will stop. So, and you see, with the help of that app, So they are adding the value proposition fit to this startup. So what they are doing, they understand the problems of the particular community, say like students and like delivering products. Some people also deliver product with that help. So what they are providing based upon the requirement of the customer, they develop this startup. And you see, they keep on upgrading this. Very, very important aspect is you should always keep on upgrading yourself. Nowadays, what they have done, they increase little bit speed of that also. They provide a sitting facility also. And in this app, they are also providing a lot of benefits and the discount offer also. If you are using for certain long distance, you will get that much of discount. If you are using it consecutively, you will get that much of discount. So this is the example. And now this tier type of electric scooter, it's not only in Germany. I have seen it's in the entire Europe, UK. It is being spreading very fast. In our country, in India, also we have some electric scooters in New Delhi nowadays. So you can see for that. So this is the basic example of successful value proposition that they provided. So what they have done, they have understand the problem of the customer, say the targeted audience is students and other person who are delivering some food product. So they can use this electric scooter, okay? And they are trying to basically provide certain other advantages like discount offer, benefits, reward points, so that it is become very, very accessible for the student to use this app. So that is the one example of successful value proposition fit. Another example, you are already understand that in India, we are having a lot of startups. Zomato is one of the best example of successful startup. Why they are successful? Because they have a value proposition fit. They understand the requirement of the market in an effective manner, and they implement and keep on upgrading themselves based upon the requirement of the market. That's why they come under the example of a successful startup. So value proposition fit is very, very important. Now you see Byju's nowadays. Byju's at its initial phase, you have seen it's a drastically increase with it's a nice startup. But nowadays Byju's keep on declining. Its requirement keep on declining. You see nowadays. So that's what I'm saying. Value proposition fit means is that you are understanding the problem of the society, you provide a solution, but you should keep on upgrading, adapt to the market also. If you keep not able to adapt to the market, it will keep on reducing to that. I have a very wonderful example for that also. Earlier, you see, there is a mobile phone called Nokia. So always there, in most of the Indian community, we will see the mobile like Nokia, and there is no other phone. The reason is that because it is providing initially a lot of problem solution to the community. Like it's a cheap. Second thing is that if you fall it from the top of the building, your phone, even it still keep on working. It is that much of strong. But with the time, they are not able to adapt to the market. Then Samsung come into picture. It entirely overtook the market of Nokia. Okay. And nowadays you see Vivo, Oppo, a lot of come into picture, and they entirely sweep the market of the Samsung. So what is thing? You have a competitor, you have to adapt yourself depending upon the market requirement, because market trend is always going to change. Nowadays people don't have a requirement of hard and thick phone. They want slim phone. They want the phone that can perform multi-functions at a time. So you have to upgrade. If you have not able to upgrade, depending upon the requirement of the customer, then your product, even if it is at a peak, it is leading, it will came down to the bottom also. So that is very, very important thing. I will give you a very interesting example also. There is an Airbnb startup. If you see, initially people who are traveling to different parts of the world, so they face a lot of problems of accommodation, because at every place hotels are not there. At the remote places, some hotels are not there. So for that, Airbnb come into picture. They understand first. They understand the problem of the society. Then they provide certain value proposition fit. They says, okay, we understand your problem. We will provide you an access to the flats or the rooms at the remote places also, where you are not able to find certain. And what are the other advantage they are offering? This is okay. We will provide you a cheap price also. You want for 1 to 3 days, for any much interval of time, we will provide you. So that is also going to be an example of successful startup. Why it is successful? Because their value proposition, the demands of the customer fitted well with the product that you are producing. So that's why value proposition fit. This is example of certain successful startup with the help of an important value proposition fit. They are successful because they have an effective value proposition fit. Otherwise, they are also going to be a fail. Now, I am talking about value proposition fit, that it is the match or it is the fit between requirement of the customer and our product. Now the question need to become how we can achieve this. For example, we are going to start some startup or innovation. So we need to convert it into a product basically. And finally, we want it to lay to a very high level as a business plan. So how we can achieve this value proposition? So basic, if you see, there are certain important key aspects. The first aspect is always conduct market research. I will always tell you, Apple iPhone performing extremely well nowadays. But every year they provide a certain new model, Apple 14 Pro, Apple 15, then 15 Pro Max. Every year there is a new Apple phone coming to picture. So why? There is no need also, because the previous one is working really well. But the thing is that always they keep on upgrading themselves. In the new Apple iPhone, you have some new features come into picture. It is having some more better compatibility. That is the thing. They always keep on conducting the market research. What is the demand of the people? What are the young ones or the young people are looking for? What are the people's of the business perspective, like job people are looking for? They always conduct research and always try to improve themselves in all the work. Second thing is that if you want to achieve a good value proposition fit, define your buyer person. So you have to target that, which are the person you are going to basically target audience need to be defined. Similarly, in the segment your audience, for example, I am giving you an example of Apple iPhone. So they provide certain features that is compatible for the job doing person, business doing person. Some are good for the young ones. So they have targeted their audience basically. The important point is for value proposition fit is identify the pain points. For example, in Zomato, I've given you an example. They identify the pain point that you are not able to go to the restaurant if they are far away from you every time. So they identify your pain points. You are a student, you need some discount. You require a food at a lower cost. So they identify your pain point. So based upon the pain or the requirement of the customer, you have to design your value proposition. Now, another important thing, always highlight your benefit. Okay, Ola says that I will give you initially first free rides. You see that when Ola come into picture, Ola and Uber, 3 or 4 3 rides are initially free. And if you refer some of your friend, you will get that much of discount also in your another rides. So these are the benefit they are providing. So they basically highlight that benefits. Okay, I am offering this benefit in comparison to another. So you should choose our service. So that is also the way of achieving the value proposition. Then you should always use emotional appeals. You say that, okay, if you are traveling with this part, so we will get that much of amount to this societal effect, or for the improvement of the poor children. So that is also providing some emotional appeal to the society that you should use our services. Another important thing is always do the case study and testimonial. What are the, like for example, if you are competing with some another company, what are their case studies? They are fail. Why they are fail? And if someone is success, how they are success. Always try to see their case studies and understand what are the things they are implementing for their upgradation. If it is liable to your one also, upgrade yourself with that one. So that is another way of improving towards your value proposition. And at last, that is very, very important. Always continuously refine yourself and adapt yourself. It's not about the startup or the product. It's about ourselves also. Being a researcher or being a teacher, being a professor, or being a student, or being anyone of your life, you always try to refine yourself, adapt yourself with the new changes. I will tell you very friendly today, nowadays teaching is also not like that. We have to adapt ourselves, because nowadays artificial intelligence come into picture, additive manufacturing, soft robotics, new technologies come into picture. If you are still doing the old technology, or we are studying the old thing that this is stress, this is strain, we have to take the basic along with the advanced technology. We have to upgrade ourselves. We have to link ourselves with that advanced technology. Otherwise, we will lag behind with all these things. So that is why it is very important in the startup. You have to continuously refine and upgrade your product with the requirement of the market. So these are the key features in which you can achieve your value proposition fit in your startup. I hope I make understand you that how we can what is this value proposition fit and how we can achieve it. Okay. Now that is a very, very important aspect. People lack here. Most of the people lack here. How to sustain your value proposition fit. Initially, you make certain promises to your customer. Okay, we will provide you this free service. We will provide you that service on time delivery. But you have to sustain your promises that you have done to the customer. That is the thing. If you are not able to sustain your promises, the customer will move to the another product, because there are a lot of people now in the market competition. If you lack in sustaining your promises or fulfilling their demands at any way, the customer is going to switch to another one. The reason is we have a lot of options nowadays. That is the thing. If we are having, why Google nowadays, if you see, we are having a chat GPT, artificial intelligence. So Google also says that if we will not provide some new platform, we are going to lag behind. So Google started their own artificial intelligence like chat GPT. So that is the way they have to be. You have to basically upgrade, and in order to sustain, you have to compete with the market. What is being required? So what are the ways you can basically improve your value proposition? Always define your target audience. It's very, very important. For example, I've given you an example. Ola, Uber basically target the persons like service person or the transport who require the transportation facilities, the people who are often the travel from one place to another place. Conduct market research. What are the demands of the market? If you are able to understand the demand, you can keep on changing or upgrading yourself, and you can sustain in the market. That's the important thing. Always monitor the satisfaction of the customer. So you see in Ola, Uber, you always have a feedback. If you, for example, cancel your ride, they will ask you why you are canceling. Driver is late, driver behavior is not proper, or driver, you are not reached to your destination proper time. So they're always asking the customer about their feedback, reviews, so that they can understand the satisfaction of the customer. Now, another important is always stay updated on the industry trend. For example, you are providing some product, and industrial trend keep on changing, their requirement keep on changing. So always upgrade yourself. If you are able to do that, you can sustain with your value proposition. Regularly review and refine your messaging. Always keep on review. That's what I'm saying, that Zomato, Ola, Uber, they always have a review option, how you are reviewing their app. Airbnb, for example, if you book some places at Airbnb, then after that, after you're staying, you have to give the feedback, review feedback. So always try to get positive learning from that feedback, or try to change. If certain changes are required, then upgrade yourself with that. Okay. So these are the basic thing. I'm not going to discuss in that detail. So the important thing is that you have to sustain your value proposition. Always keep on your promises, because a good gentleman and gentlewoman always keep their promises. So whatever, while designing your product, you keep certain promises. So always try to sustain at that promises. You say to the customer that I will fulfill your this demand. So always fulfill that demand, and in advance to that also, you can modify yourself for fulfilling the advanced demands of the customer also. So that is called as value proposition fit, how you can achieve it, and you have to sustain that value proposition in a startup. That is very, very important. So I hope I make a very clear understanding of this value proposition fit. Now let's come to the second part. What is this business fit? Now we are having a value proposition. We have initially have a startup. Okay, we have an idea, we have a product we have developed. And in that startup, we have a value proposition fit. We make certain promises to the customer that based on your requirement, we are going to provide this facility to you. So that is called as value proposition fit, startup, value proposition fit. And the third one is called as business fit. So basically, these are the stages. Converting a startup into a business. Okay. So let's see what is this business fit. So everybody, for example, if you are having an initial idea, most of the startup is for making the profit. I'm telling you, frankly, 99% of the startup that we are doing, it's for the sake of ultimately getting profit out of it. Only 1% is for social service, I believe. Most of them is for, like, they have an idea that from this startup we will develop a business and we will ultimately get revenue out of it. So the business fit is basically, for example, if you are having a startup, and by imposing that value proposition fit in that startup, ultimately you will develop a profitable and scalable business out of that. So that is referred to as the business fit. For example, your product, you are providing certain product to the market. So depending upon the requirement of the market, you produce a product. But can your product that you are delivering to the market ultimately provide you the profitability or not? So that basically comes into the price. So this is the fit. So that fit is basically referred to as business fit. So what is this business fit? It means that you have an idea by providing certain promises with the help of value proposition to your customer. Can ultimately your product that is being circulated into the entire market provide you profitability or not. If it is providing profit or the revenue, it generates revenue to you, it is called as the proper business fit model. So that is why there is a statement, the fitter is basically the profiter. So you see here, business fit, fit means profit. So if you are having that the product that is providing you the profit, it means you are in the right stage of the business fit. So that is the definition of the business fit. If your product that is being developed by incorporating value proposition, delivering you a profitable and scalable business, then it is called as the business fit. Means whatever the product that you are supplying and you are getting a proper benefit from it. So it is called as the business fit. So basically this business fit has 3 different levels. So if you see the first level here, it is the first level, problem solution fit. So what is this fit means? It is basically matching with the requirement of the customer and also the providing the profit to you also. So it is basically, what is the requirement of you? Your requirement is that you are having a good startup and it will ultimately give you a profit out of it. That is your requirement. What is the requirement of the customer? Their requirement is that they are having certain problem, they are having certain pains. If your product is able to solve that problem, it is benefited for them. So if you have a match between these two, it is called as business fit. Now there are 3 different levels of the business fit also. The first one is the problem solution, you see here. Then the second one is the product market fit. And third one is the business model fit. I will explain you the basic in a very short way for this. So let's try to see what is this problem solution fit. Okay. So you see, I've already explained it to you. Every problem have different solution. So people say one solution is good, one solution is bad. So I've already given you an example. Says some students, some job doing persons are not able to go to the restaurant to get some food. So they say this is our problem. Then in the business fit, you say, okay, we have a good solution for that. We will provide you online doorstep delivery, Zomato, Swiggy, etc. That is a very good solution for the problem. What is the bad solution? Motivate them to walk. You say, no, just go to the restaurant by walk. It will improve your health. At that time when they are tired after coming from their job, or they are students, for example, they are having examination, they are very busy in that. Those says we don't have a time to walk. So it is a bad solution for that. So always try to provide a good solution to the problem that the customer is facing. So that is the basic one level of the business fit. If you provide a very good solution of the problem of the customer, they will adapt your product. Second thing is that, for example, if people say, I don't have a vehicle for moving from one place to another. So what is the good solution? Online ride booking, Ola you have. But if you say bad solution, steal neighbor vehicle. So that is a bad solution of the problem. If the neighbor will complain, you are behind the bar. So that is the very bad solution for them. So what is the good solution? Just online ride booking, Ola, Uber, lot of apps are available. So you see, there are the problem of the societies are there. You see the problem customer. And based upon that, you are providing some good solution. So if you are providing some good solution, you are basically lie in the effective utilizing the business fit. And what is that aspect? That is the problem solution fit. So people are having a problem, you are providing a good solution to them. So that is called as problem solution fit. I hope I make it sense here. Now the second one is the product market fit. If you see here, it is the requirement of the market is there and your product is this. So what is the product market fit? In between product market fit, you always have an opportunity. You are always trying to produce the product that can satisfy the requirement of the market. Okay. But always keep in mind that if you are doing a business, it should not be like that you are going to fill all the demands of the market. For example, people are demanding unnecessary demands. Or it is not possible to fulfill all the requirements, all the demand, but try to fulfill the basic requirement that can be incorporated easily by taking your profitability into account. That is the main concept of the business fit. You also have to take care of your profitability in aligned with the market requirement. If you are able to do that, it means that basically you are fitting the product market fit. What is the requirement of the market and the product that you are offering by taking your profitability into account. If you are not able to take your profitability into account, then it's of what use? You are doing a social service. So always try to take that your company is not going to be in loss. That is very important. You are satisfying the requirement of customer. That is an important aspect. But take care of your profitability is basically an important aspect of the business fit. that come into product market fit. Okay. So if you see the different process of the product market fit process is there. The first one is the desirability. See what are the desirable requirement of the customer. Based upon that desirability, you also check the feasibility. For example, the customer is residing in some remote area and he is asking for like travel from that place to another. So you see when you are booking in Ola and Uber, if you are at a remote area, you will don't find a cab nearby because they are not feasible for them to provide the like transportation there. So always from a business perspective, you are converting your startup to a business, always see whether it is feasible or not. If it is feasible, then provide. If you provide a like cab to a remote access area, you will not get any benefit. You will in the loss even. So always see what are the desirability, what are the feasibility, and what are the viability. Viability means how viable it is, like how durable it is. If it is for long term, you can do that, or for short term, you can. Always try to see these three aspects of the product market fit process. Okay. If you are able to satisfy all these things, you are utilizing in an effective manner your business fit. Now, the third level is the business fit. Business model canvas. If you see here, this is the value proposition. What are the value proposition? That the services that you are offering to the customer, these are the requirement of the customer. Okay. Now, if you see, in order to develop an effective business fit model, you always need to have some key partners. You need to have always the available resources in your mind. You always keep the different activities in your mind. And with the help of the value proposition, the promises that you make to the customer, you always have their customer relationship. How you will have? By taking their continuous feedback, by upgrading them, by providing certain benefits at certain interval of time. Try to segment the customer. Always satisfy the different sets of the audience, like students, business person, job person. Target your audience. Okay. And after doing all these things, by providing certain value proposition to your customers, if you are able to achieve the revenue out of all these things, then it is called as the business fit model. This is a perfect example of business fit model. If you are proposing something to the customer and based upon that, you are upgrading yourself, always utilize your resources in effective manner. But at the same time, you are also generating cost of the revenue, cost of the structure and the profitability out of it. That is called a perfect business fit model. So I hope it makes sense that we are having a startup and we require a value proposition fit, means we have to promise customer certain we promises make to the customer that we can satisfy your these demands, we can overcome your problem. So that is called as value proposition fit. But business fit means we can also, along with the satisfying the requirement of the customer, we can make profitability out of it. So that is called as the best example of the business fit. If you are not making any profit, you are just satisfying all the requirement of the customer, you will be in a loss and your startup will ultimately get obsolete or it will be lost in the future. Because you need money ultimately to run a successful startup. So that is why the value proposition fit is very, very important. And business fit is also very important in the success of the startup to a long-term, in a long-term effective manner. These fits are very, very important. So I hope I try to make you understand what is this value proposition fit and the business fit. That is basically the long-term effect of the startup that we are having. So now another important thing that you always take care of that, what are the challenges? While you are developing this effective business fit, you will face a lot of challenges. So you see already threat of a new entrant. In case of like mobile phone, we can compare an example: Samsung, Oppo, Vivo, Apple. We have a lot of phones. So there is a chance new Chinese phone come into picture, Geo phone come into picture. So always there is going to be a new entrant in here. So what are the things you have to take care? Always try to check what are the new competitor come into market, what are the benefit they are offering to your customers, because ultimately they are going to affect your customer. They will basically try to capture the attention of your customer. So you have to keep your update yourself every time. Then if you see, if you are producing some product, always you are having some supplier. So if your supplier sees your product, your startup is to a great level now, you are earning a lot of money, they always keep on bargaining, increase our rate of the raw material that we are supplying. So you always have to keep an eye on them also. Now, bargaining of the buyer also. For example, you are supplying some phone with certain features. Then customer say, you are giving at that price these features. We are getting that at the lower price on the other phones. So you should provide at a lower cost. And at the last, if you see, always there is a chance that you can, like, your product can be substituted by another company. For example, you are providing this facility, certain other company also going to provide that facility at a lower cost. So these challenges you have to taken care for continuously maintaining your business model. Otherwise, it will be going to hamper your development and the growth of the business. So I hope I make it very clear to all of you that what is this value proposition fit and business fit, and why they are important in the case of a startup that we are developing. So thank you very much to this Lnct group of colleges. And you all are now open to ask me any question, any queries regarding this presentation, and regarding anything else. If you want to ask, you can ask.
Thank you, Dr. Aman Khurana, sir. And now the session is open for the questions. If anybody is having any question regarding this particular aspect of sir, you can ask the relevant questions. You can first raise your hand, and one by one unmute yourself. So, sir, you can take the question. If
Yeah, sure.
anybody. Is anyone there having question? Sir, I have one query. The example you have given about the Apple, that
Yes.
particular company is in each and every year they are upgrading themselves. Is there a this point whether it will be a advantage or disadvantage, because continuously they have to improve themselves in spite of already when they have already captured the market, because no one is there in the market and which is competing against them. But is there a this particular thing is unnecessary, or whether it will be a good business fit model?
Yeah. So, Dr. Yogesh, it's a very nice question. I'm expecting this question. The thing is that, for example, if I'm telling you with a very simple example, so whenever the new model come into market, they always have a delta increment in that. So delta increment means they have, what are they doing? There, after launching one model, their market, their research team keep on doing surveys, keep on understanding the market trends. They see that, because you see, this world is now full, market is full of uncertainty. Different people have different requirement nowadays. Okay. So what they are doing, they are targeting the audience. For example, they see that the students are there. So what are their requirements? Their bloggers are there. They are usually used to travel. So what they are keep on increasing, they are keeping changing in their cameras, for example, for the bloggers, and they keep on enhancing their like basic that functioning of the phones, if you see. So depending upon that, they every year they keep on increasing the delta with that, and that is very, very important. In irrespective of that example, in our life also we have to increase the delta. We have to keep ourselves upgrade every year. So it's, I believe that it is an advantage. Long term, if you see, definitely at a long term point, if you see, we have having a different model of the Apple. Already it is providing the best facility. The previous one is providing best facility. But in the upgraded one, it carry forward their existing facility with some delta increment. So ultimately it will be an advantage for that. I hope I make it clear.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Is there anybody else named Suryansh who have raised his hand?
Yeah, Suryash, you can ask a question.
Anybody having some query? So now we will stop here because nobody is having a further query. So
Sure.
in this today's session for IIC calendar activity, we have conducted the two expert talks. First one is given by Dr. Deepak Kumar sir on the topic. This one, innovation prototype validation, converting innovation into startup. And the second one is delivered by Dr. Aman Khurana from IIT Indore. He has also delivered a talk which is related to the IIC calendar activity, which is related to quarter 4 and semester 2. And its session topic is this one: value proposition fit and business fit, how to achieve it in terms of for getting a good startup. So thank you very much, sir. You have in very short time you have accepted our invitation to deliver a very nice talk, and in a very simple manner you have explained us the very big terms which are very essential for development of any startup. And I will look forward to again call you for such type of events in our group of colleges. Thank you very much for joining us and enlightening us.
Yes.
So now
Okay. Thank
I
you, Dr.
request all the mentee students and all the participants to again join by 2 p.m. For the next calendar activity. And the title of that particular activity is there will be a two expert talks for this particular activity. The topic of that particular talk is accelerators and incubators, opportunities for students and faculties for early stage entrepreneurs. Under this particular IIC calendar activity, there will be two talks. First one be delivered by Dr. Akhilesh Garve sir. He is a professor at Mechanical Engineering Department of MANIT Bhopal, as well as he is also chairman of Rolta Incubation Center. And the next next talk will be given by Dr. C.P. Paul, and it will start by 3 p.m. today. And the same topic, he also gave us the talk under this particular IIC calendar activity. So I request everyone to join again by 2 p.m. Thank you very much. Thank you, Aman sir.
Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Yogesh, for inviting me. Thank you so much.